Mystical Rose, the Apparitions of Montichiari and Fontanelle. Welcome to Apparitions of the Virgin Mary. Today we look at the story reported by Nurse Pierina Gilli in Montichiari and the nearby hamlet of Fontanelle, Italy, starting in 1947. The story begins in the small hospital of Montichiari, where Pierina Gilli worked as a nurse. She was a devout woman known for her deep faith, who had suffered great personal hardship. Her first recorded vision was not of the glorious Queen of Heaven, but of a figure steeped in sorrow. Virgin Mary appeared wearing a dark violet dress and a white veil, but her face was obscured by profound sadness. Her body was pierced by 3 great swords that shone ominously. She spoke very little, communicating primarily through tears. Pierina said, "Who are you? Why do you weep so grievously?" Virgin Mary said, "I have come to ask for prayer, penance, and reparation." The first sword pierced her heart, representing the unworthy celebration of Holy Mass and the irreverent reception of Holy Communion. The second represented the deep spiritual betrayal by consecrated souls, nuns and priests, who lived in mortal sin. The third represented the betrayal of religious who, after abandoning their vocation, added further insult by betraying the faith. Over several months in 1947, Virgin Mary began to transform her appearance and reveal her intention. During one crucial apparition, the 3 swords that had pierced her heart were replaced by 3 roses on her breast, a white, a red, and a golden-yellow one. Virgin Mary said, "I have chosen Montichiari as the place of my visits because I desire that a Marian devotion dedicated to me, under the title Rosa Mystica, be established here." She then explained the meaning of the roses, which symbolized the 3 virtues she required. The white rose, the spirit of prayer, especially the Rosary and contemplation. The red rose, the spirit of reparation and sacrifice, willingness to suffer, like a red rose, for the sins of the world and the infidelity of consecrated souls. The golden-yellow rose, the spirit of penance, purification and conversion. Virgin Mary said, "I ask that the 13th day of every month be observed as a Marian day, consecrated to me. This day is for all religious souls, priests, nuns, and brothers, to renew their commitment to their vocation and offer prayers of reparation." The climax of the 1947 apparitions occurred on the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. The Lady, now radiantly beautiful and holding a white garment, appeared to Pierina in the local cathedral, surrounded by a multitude of saints and angels. Virgin Mary said, "I desire that the hour of grace for the conversion of sinners be instituted and observed universally every year on December 8th, from noon until 1 p.m. Virgin Mary's promise: this hour will bring countless spiritual and corporal graces. Many hardened sinners will be converted, and souls steeped in darkness will be brought back to the light. It will be an event of great mercy." She appeared standing atop a great flight of white steps, signifying the climb to sanctity, and reiterated the need for devotion to the Immaculate Heart, which she said was ready to overflow with mercy for those who prayed. Nearly 2 decades later, Virgin Mary appeared again, this time at an old, abandoned spring near Pierina's family farm, known as Fontanelle, Little Fountain. Virgin Mary said, "I have brought you to this place, this spring of great mercy. I wish this spring to be called the Fountain of Grace." She requested that the spring water be channeled into 2 basins, one for the sick, and one for those who desired to cleanse their souls. She called the spring a place of purification and healing, a font of living water symbolizing the grace of her Immaculate Heart. Virgin Mary's further message: when you immerse yourselves in the water of this spring, do not think only of the body's ailments, but pray above all for the sanctification of the soul. You must remember that the greatest graces are the spiritual ones. She asked that a pilgrimage be made to Fontanelle on the Feast of Corpus Christi, with an emphasis on spiritual nourishment and Eucharistic adoration, further linking her apparitions to the sanctity of the Eucharist and the priesthood. The message of Rosa Mystica is consistently a 3-fold call directed primarily at the Church and consecrated souls, but extending to all believers. 1. Prayer, the daily Holy Rosary, contemplation, and frequent Mass attendance. 2. Penance, a life of sacrifice and humility, accepting trials and suffering with grace. 3. Reparation, offering prayer and sacrifice to atone for the infidelity, sacrileges, and sins committed against God by religious and lay people. Promised graces. Spiritual healing, conversion of hardened sinners, a return to holiness for straying religious, and profound peace for those who observe the Marian Day, 13th of the month, and the hour of grace, December 8th. Cleansing of the soul, The Fontanelle spring offers spiritual cleansing and a path to sanctification. Protection. She promised her maternal protection and intercession, especially for those who honor her under the title Rosa Mystica, granting a path of spiritual renewal for the Church in times of confusion.